We are your home theater and AV questions answered. This is AVRant. Want your home theater or AV question answered by Tom and Rob? Send it to question@avrant.com. Welcome to AVRant. I'm Tom Andry, and I'm here with
Rob H.
Buddy. Now, Buddy is our visually impaired listener, am I right?
He says he is fully blind.
Fully blind.
He is fully blind.
All right, well, that's pretty impaired. All right, Buddy is finally getting the ESS Heal AMT-1B speakers he has been lusting after for a long time now. I think we heard about these. God, it's got to be over a year now. He's getting them from a friend who's switching over to legacy audio focus SE speakers, and Ted's head just exploded. Along with the ESS speakers, Buddy's also getting his friend's Adcon amp. Now, Buddy needs a good, not too expensive 5.1 preamp. What do we suggest? A good, not too expensive receiver with preouts is what we suggest.
Yes.
Because preamps cost a lot of money and don't have all the features for no real good reason. And the receivers these days are most of the time 100% of the performance, but a lot of times they're 99% of the performance too. I mean, there might be like one little thing that makes the preamp a little bit better, but not
I
much.
mean, we already mentioned it previously on this very episode, but the Denon AVR X3300W would be an excellent choice here. It's $700 on accessories for less. I checked, and right now, at this very moment we're recording this, they say they're sold out of them, but there will be more units coming in. So $700, I don't know if that is way more than he wanted to spend, but if he was trying to get a dedicated 5.1 preamp, that is less expensive than just about anything. Now, I will mention, Emotiva does have a $600 in their base X series 7.1 preamp, the MC700. Now, I'm going to say specifically for Buddy, I think that the Denon receiver, the X3300, is a better choice because Michael, who's another listener who has told us that he's visually impaired,
right,
has talked about how the app that you can use to control the Denon actually works quite nicely with the screen reading feature on his smartphone. And that the Denon app was easier to use for him being visually impaired than a lot of other manufacturers' apps.
I remember that. I remember him talking about that. That's
so
right.
Really, not only do I think it's probably the best choice anyway, it also has this great feature for someone who is visually impaired of having this app that you can use on your smartphone that will, read to you what is on the screen so you can actually use the darn thing.
That sounds like it's worth $100 right there.
I really think so. That is a nice feature to have in this case.
And you can now sell that Adcom amp for a profit, and then you're good here. You can just use the receiver.
You don't entirely need it. That X3300 will drive those speakers just fine.
That's right. He says, is Class A something you should be concerned with? Along with the legacy audio speakers, his friend is using Krell amps and a preamp. Who's your friend, dude? I want to meet him. He says they're all pure Class A. Does Buddy need that in order to get the cleanest sound? Does he need to look for that in his new preamp? Preamps don't have amps, so they don't have Class anything amps.
Correct.
So you don't have to worry about that. You do not have to worry about Class A. Class A is, unless you're cold. If you're awfully cold, if you don't have a heating unit in your house, you can use your Class A.
You're cold and you like one of the least efficient ways possible of heating yourself.
If you would like,
you're using lots of electricity.
If you like to put like 100, like just say you put 100 watts into your amplifier. If you would like 75 of those watts to come out as just pure heat
and not sound,
just heat, then Class A is for you. But if you would like to actually get sound, you do not need, and there are Class A is an amp topology. It's the earliest one.
Yep.
It's all the power that the amplifier channels are all being amplified all the time, 100% all the time.
Whether there's a signal there or not, it's just burning them watts.
It's burning them watts, baby. All the power's going in there, and it's going full bore all the time. It's like being in the car, and why am I doing the car thing again? I don't care. So it's like being on a motorcycle, and at the stop sign, you're in neutral, and you're just like, you've got that thing pegged the whole time. No reason. Not going forward. not doing anything else. You're just revving that bad boy up. Not just revving it, you got that full bore waiting for it to go. And then when you go, you keep that thing on 100%, but you just let the clutch out a little bit.
Yeah.
so that you're going very
yeah.
slow as you come off the stop sign right there, because you only need a couple of watts to power your speakers anyways. Get a little slow, but you got that thing the whole time. No one likes that dude. No one likes that guy.
Now, as to why the audiophiles out there still swear by Class A, it's because it's constantly amplifying as much as it can all the time, whether there's a signal or not. Whenever there is a signal, there's no worry of a switching power supply that they worry is too slow to keep up. There's no worry about a Class AB amplifier where there's actually this little moment where it crosses between the on cycle and the off cycle, and they're like, there could be distortion in that fraction of a second of a moment where it switches from one side to the other. Oh my god!
This completely inaudible thing that I could there's no way of ever possibly hearing. I might hear it. Therefore,
and also with a Class A amp, since it's generating so much heat, it's really hard to make it not produce a hiss while nothing is playing. Now, Krell does it, and that's why they cost $30,000. All right.
Again, who's your friend?
Yeah.
Are they interested in coming, or are they interested in having me for dinner? I would like to see their Class A amps and throw some marshmallows right there. All right, anyway, the ESS Heel speaker said he's getting our 40 years old. He thinks they sound great, but he knows it's probably a case of it ain't broke, don't fix it. But should he recone the woofers or recap the crossovers? Are they working? Because if they're working, leave it alone. That's recapping the crossovers doesn't make any sense to me anyways. But,
well, I mean, capacitors do, like, you can think of them, they're somewhat similar to a cell, to a battery, right? They are charging, discharging. And we know that over time, batteries start to lose their capability to charge fully and discharge fully. And capacitors, over a long enough time, that happens to them too. There is such a thing as a capacitor degrading over a long enough time. Man, oh man, when you talk about actually hearing it, because you're not using their full amount on a constant basis. That's
even
really,
near
really
their
rare.
full amount on their constant basis. So I would not worry about these things.
No.
You recone and honestly, if you recone one, I can't imagine the situation where the reconing it or doing the surround.
Yeah, the surround, by the way, is the foam or rubber part that circles the woofer.
That's the part that flexes and does all the flexing. If you did that, I don't even think you would have to do it for both of them or all of them. I don't know how many. I guess you get into.
I also think you can hear that when the surround in a woofer starts to go. You can hear it.
There is no getting around it, dude. It buzzes like a balloon being, air being let out of a balloon.
Yeah, know when you need to.
You're like, hey, what is that? On your one of my earliest speakers. The cone was going on it, and I would like put a little piece of duct tape on it or something like that, and it would last for half a movie, and I have to duct tape it again or whatever. It was it was a mess, but I had no money. I was a college student, so what was I going to do? You will know it, dude. There will be no getting around it. Anyways, his room is 15 by 15. It's about 1,800 cubic feet. Wow. You really don't need that amp, man. He's using you can make some money on that. He's using the M&K Mark 7 subwoofer. Okay, well, anyways.
That's what he said, but I believe he's talking about the VX7 Mark II. I think that's the model he was talking about.
All right. Which is a sealed 8-inch sub. But he isn't totally satisfied with it. I can't understand why. He wants something bigger. He's using an M&K Center and Yamaha surround speakers. What subwoofer can we recommend that will really shake him and keep up with his speakers? Jeez, dude, just about anything from SVS is a small room.
Just about anything from HSU as well would absolutely work fine in here.
Rock this place, yeah. So pick your size, pick your type, and pick
your
price
budget. Point.
Yeah, pick your budget and find one and just say, I'll dig that one. 15 by 15, 1,800 cubic feet. There literally isn't a subwoofer that's SVS mix that can't pressurize that space. HSU is the same way. They will pressurize it. What you want to know is how far, how much extension you want, how much money you have, and how much space you have. You answer those questions and then just pick the sub that best fits all those criteria, and you'll be good to go. So can we make any comments about legacy audio speakers? I hate them. They're awful.
Just to make Ted's head explode.
Sorry, Ted. absolute worst.
We should say that for Buddy, though, to make Buddy feel better, because I think he's worried that my friend replaced the Heil speakers I've been lusting after for 40 years, perhaps. Why?
It's all right, man. Anyways, can we make any comments about legacy audio speakers? He can't imagine anything sounding better than these heels, but hey, Heils? I say heels, Heils. Yeah. But something must have convinced his friend to change the legacy, so are they a whole lot better? Well, to your friend, they are. But what do you care? I mean, in all honesty, if these are the speakers that you want and you love their sound, it doesn't make a difference that your friend has decided that he wants something different. Don't worry about it. People just like to change. Some people change cars every year. Does that mean they don't like?
Maybe he just like the looks better because I mean,
or maybe he's tired of owning the same
audio.
speakers for 40 years, and he's like, I just want something different. They're new to you. Don't worry about your friend. Now, Ted will tell you that the legacy audio speakers are literally handed down from God to man as a gift, as a way of saying, I'm sorry about all the stuff that's going on in the world right now. Here's some really good speakers. But you don't necessarily have to agree with Ted or with anybody else. If you love these speakers, just enjoy them. And, I mean, maybe after 40 years with them, you'll go, you know what? I'm ready to upgrade the legacy audio now, too.
No, there's actually a very real kinship between the ESS Heils and legacy audio speakers, and that's because the ESS Heil speakers were the first ones to use the folded ribbon tweeters. They called it an air motion transformer.
Right.
And I believe it was actually the I forget his first name, but the guy whose last name is Heil, I believe he was the inventor of the air motion transformer. That's why they went in there. Now, the patent on the air motion transformer ran out a few years ago, which is why we're seeing a lot more speakers now using folded ribbon tweeters, using air motion transformers. One of those is Legacy. Legacy uses folded ribbon tweeters. There is a lineage here from those ESS Heils to the Legacy audio speakers. Your friend probably really likes the sound of folded ribbon speakers. That really wouldn't folded ribbon tweeters. That really wouldn't surprise me at all. So what do I think of Legacy Audio? I've only heard one example. I've only heard one pair of towers from Legacy Audio, but I thought they were really, really good. I like them a lot. Those folded ribbon tweeters, they have a great advantage, which is they barely have to move, but they can play really, really loud because they have such a large amount of surface area.
Right.
So they barely have to move, but they can play really, really loud. I like them a ton. I think they're excellent speakers. For me, they're a bit expensive, but one of the reasons they're expensive is because they make really beautiful cabinets, and they make them in the U.S., so the labor costs are higher, they're gorgeous cabinets, and the price goes up as a result. They're a bit expensive for me. That's one reason why I didn't buy them, but it's not because I didn't love the sound. I love them. But the ESS Heils, they're almost what Legacy Audio is sort of based upon. That's like the shoulders on which they were standing to get what they're making now. So there you go. I think you're getting great speakers. I think your friend also got great speakers.
Yeah, I think your friend probably just wanted to upgrade, like the sound of what he had, wanted to upgrade in a way for...
Wanted something similar.
Similar, sounds similar, maybe looks better, maybe it's just newer. It's just a change. I would say that this would... I have no idea how they sound in comparison to each other, but you can tell yourself it's a sideways upgrade rather than an upgrade. It's a side grade.
You know, the cabinets probably look a bit nicer, but for Buddy who can't see the cabinets, I really don't think that matters.
There you go.
Yeah.
Bob on Twitter.
Oh, we didn't answer what are our favorite speakers.
Oh crap, I skipped that one.
What are we know what Buddies are.
Buddies, these are his favorite ones of all time. What are mine and Rob's favorite speakers, just bar none? What is it that we love about them in particular? I'll let Rob go first.
You know, I mean, this is really tough, but I'm gonna say probably the Focal Utopias. I really love those speakers. I think they're gorgeous. I think they sound phenomenal. They're way more expensive. Even if I won the lottery, I wouldn't buy them because they're just ridiculously expensive. But I really like those. I'll call those my favorite. Maybe the Revel Ultima Salons are up there too. Again, gorgeous, expensive, sound fantastic. I like those. Those are some of my faves.
I haven't heard my favorite speaker, bar none.
Okay.
I haven't. I have heard speakers. I have been to high-end audio shows and heard speakers that cost hundreds of thousands of dollars. I've heard speakers that cost tens of thousands of dollars. I've heard speakers that cost thousands of dollars. With every single one of them, I've heard things I've liked, and I've heard things I haven't liked. So if I were going to pick a speaker that I liked, bar none, there would have to be I heard things I liked,
Mm-hmm.
and that would be the end of it. There could not be any downsides, and I'm not talking price downsides. I'm talking I heard it and went, yeah, they really sound good. I mean,
Yeah.
for sure. It's like I'm tempted to say an electrostatic speaker because there's a lot of electrostatics
Yep.
up there I
Okay.
like a lot, but the downside is just too great. The downside of not being able to move your head is just too great.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
really liked the ones I got from what's his name?
Oh, Jensen?
Jensen, yes. The Jensen speakers were great. The A1.2s or whatever they were called were great. And I liked them a lot. They had a lot going for them. I don't know they were my favorite speaker, bar none. I thought they were very good. I thought they were probably worth the price. And I thought they did a very good job of transitioning between that electrostatic sound and their non-electrostatic sound. That, for the price range they got, they would be up there.
Okay.
But I don't know that I can say for sure that I've ever heard the speaker, bar none. I mean, I've been in like the Macintosh, seen Macintosh does the line arrays and everything, and there's always been something I haven't liked about them. So I'm sorry that I can't answer that question correctly. Want your question answered? Send it to question@avrant.com. This is AVRant.
Now go out and listen to something.